Hey everyone, Sarah here at Three Little Potters, and I have a kiln opening for you this morning. I'm just going to warn you right now, there's a utility crew working on my pole, so if you hear my dogs going crazy, boy, do they hate that utility worker. So I've got some interesting things in this kiln, some new glazes that I've never tried. I peeked at the first shelf. There's one glaze that looks but I should have some other good things in the mix. I do have a custom order in here, so that'll be sort of a repetitive thing that I just pull out, and so this is likely to be a shorter kiln opening. Let's get into it. So I am testing out a new clay body, and those three there are from the new clay body, so that'll be an interesting review video later this week. This is a new glaze, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I was going to do a review video, and then I just decided to throw in a couple samples to see if it was even worth the review video, and I'm not sure. So one of the things on this top shelf I kind of made for me. We'll see if I keep it or not. It is this planter, and it is Sand and Sea and Fuzzy Peach over Rue stoneware, and it has this like weird mark on the bottom. And I fired it anyway because I have like a plant that I got at Home Depot like 7 years ago, and it managed to survive even despite my poor plant tending capabilities. So I thought I might give the plant a better chance at life with a new pot. So I did this same combo on speckled turtle as well, so that we can kind of see the difference in the clay bodies. So same combo, speckled turtle and Rue stoneware. Just so far, that speckled turtle looks pretty good. This is speckled turtle again. This is a dip in variegated dove gray, and then a rim dip in white here. And look, I learned how to chatter. I wanted to try some pieces with more texture, so I sort of watched a couple tutorials on YouTube and learned how to chatter. So that was a fun experiment. I think it'll probably be easier to chatter on smooth clay. This speckled turtle is a little bit rugged. Dove gray and midnight, if you didn't know that combo already. All right. This is Fruit of the Vine and Rose Quartz over white with a little bit of snow. And these are my planters that are all one piece. Okay, this mushroom is Amaryllis and Snow. Variegated Dove and Raspberry Mist on speckled turtle. I kind of love the chattering. It looks cool. Green tea over Studio White. Blue opal and a little bit of Spectrum Pearl White on, is it Spectrum? Yes, Spectrum on speckled turtle. A lot to remember this time around. Oh, this is kind of like weirdly dull. Oh, I know what I did. So I put honey flux over it. I wanted to see how honey flux would look over an underglaze transfer, sort of see if it would cause any sort of running or what it would do to it. Kind of made it like a pink antique-y looking, and the outside is sour apple, and it looks like sour apple stroke and coat could have probably used a little bit more. It does have kind of a weird vintage vibe to it. All right, this is that new weird glaze. It's Milky Way Blue by Laguna. It's kind of a matte glaze when it's by itself. I was thinking I'd use it at the bottom of cups to sort of catch runs. I'm not sure if that's how it'll work or not, but again on a mushroom. Probably shouldn't have gotten it. So what you get for buying glazes late at night. You get a strange matte Laguna glaze. What? We'll have to find something that we can do with it to make it look pretty. This is my glaze Merlot over white. Papaya, nice and thin. Spectrum's papaya. Definitely the trick is less coats. It looks more like the other glazes when you go a full 3. This is sort of 1.5 coats. Again, Merlot. I have tangerine on the inside. I kind of like the way these bright interiors look on the small bud vases when they're all together. Makes me feel very spring. Do I have one bad spot on this? Okay, this is Chun Seafoam, Bermuda on the inside, and I had one band of dirty snow on it. Kiln shelf strikes again. It wasn't my glazing, it's just my bad kiln shelf. It's kind of cute. I feel like it might be too thin. I felt that when I threw it. I'm like, oh, I'll just make it anyway because it's definitely at least a glaze tester. I know I should throw away more of my things, but I don't. I'm just like, oh, pretty. Green tea over Studio White. This is Delft Blue, and I did a dip of blue opal on the top. I think if I'd done maybe another dip with pearl white here after the blue opal, I would have gotten more what I was looking for. That is Fuzzy Peach. Green tea. Cactus over white. Cactus is a spectrum glaze. Merlot over white. I would like to mix a big bucket of this Merlot. I think it's a good looking glaze. The problem is it has a lot of tin in it, and tin is so expensive. Norse blue over white with dirty snow. Same combo here. And again, Norse blue with dirty snow. So if you're looking at these mushrooms, I am planning on doing a new listing. It's going to be mushroom ring dishes. So that's why they're cupped upward. Yeah. Variegated dove with white on the rim. My blue heaven over white with Bermuda on the inside. Raspberry mist over Studio White. Dove and Midnight. And this is Delft and again blue opal, but yeah, not really seeing that blue opal. A few more I can reach here. That is Chun Seafoam over Hanson Night Glaze. Dove and Midnight. Dove and Raspberry Mist. Oh, kiln shelf. That looked like a clean spot. It happens. Beginnings of my custom order were hidden under that shelf. They look good. Hopefully their bottoms aren't messy. Okay, so for this custom order, what I'm using is the base of a Hanson glaze, and I'm adding 3% of Delft Mason stain to that. And then I'm also adding 1 gram of Ultrox as an opacifier to it. The inside is 2 brushed coats of floating blue. That's Old Forge Ceramics floating blue. I believe that one. It's basically the floating blue that does not have iron in it. And then dirty snow wisps over that. And I'm doing, there'll be 65 dishes exactly like this, but not exactly because there's definitely always variation in how the dirty snow reacts and melts on the top of that. So it's kind of interesting. I'll go through the other ones that are in here. Sunrise by Spectrum over white. And this is variegated dove with raspberry mist. Fuzzy peach over white. My blue heaven with dirty snow on the rim. And this was that same combo as before, only with a black base. And the really big mess up here was green tea over black, which usually works. Not this time. Put that in the death pile. All right. Raspberry mist and dove gray. All right, let's pull this shelf. Get our next shelf down. And yes, I have a pumpkin. I don't know if anyone watched my Vever direct drive pottery wheel review, but for some reason I made a pumpkin in that review video, even though it's not fall and there's no reason. I had sort of a mini pumpkin tutorial in that, so I just went ahead and glazed it in a very pumpkin-y pumpkin color. So there's a little bit of ancient jasper underneath the papaya, and I also did so firstly, I dipped it in tangerine. That is Hanson with tangerine stain, I think 3%. And then I did a little bit of ancient jasper on these lines here, and then covered that over with papaya, one coat. So a fairly thin glaze application. The stem is ivy, a couple coats of that. It's kind of pretty though, right? I know the thing is like pumpkins that aren't pumpkin-y colored, but I kind of like that in a fall display, like something that's really warm and natural looking. All right, green tea over white for my mushroom ring dish listing. Merlot. I don't know if these will sell as well or not. Sunrise over white. Rose quartz over white. Ooh, when I see my other rose quartz dishes look fine too. I'm going to a wedding shower tomorrow, and the bride told me that her favorite color is a very pale pink. So I feel like that's a good gift. You know, you put your ring in it next to the sink. So hopefully she'll like that pink. I think it's going to brighten just a little bit as it cools. And then the soon-to-be groom, she said his favorite color were dark foresty green. So that's the one I made for him. And that is nori green over white was that last one. Ooh. Sunrise and tangerine pour on the inside. Really loving these little bud vases. I'm kind of glad I spent January making myself learn how to do them quickly. Sunrise. Blue opal with pearl white. And this is blue opal, and it had a little bit of snow on it, I believe. And then the Delft on the inside is doing something kind of cool around that top edge of the vase. Lavender mist. Lavender mist over studio white. Tangerine and papaya. I am still working on getting that order ready of sake cups. Hopefully I have enough in here to fill it. I know it's taken me forever. The person probably doesn't even want them anymore, and I'll just have to put them all on my shelf. These, I have a few pieces in here that were inspired by Sarah Perrin's pottery YouTube channel. She was doing some stroking coats with honey flux over top, and I really liked how hers turned out. I don't think mine are as pretty. So she had a glaze that I did not, which was called Ink Blot. And I just did honey flux over. Mine aren't as pretty. Hers were really pretty. I think she must be using more glaze than me. Probably. I believe this is Chun Seafoam and Dirty Snow. My Blue Heaven. Again, My Blue Heaven. Pull out the cone. Oh, if I can hold it with my gloves. Just a teeny bit over cone 6. Pretty close. And that again is Nori Green. I made 2 of each because I was afraid that I might ruin one, and since the shower is tomorrow, I couldn't remake. So what is this? Cool. It's Chun Seafoam over white, and what did I add on the rim? I thought it was just Chun Seafoam over white, but maybe the blue sort of dragged it down a little bit. Probably did just like a little, no, I don't know. A little pearl white on that rim maybe. And then I have another 20 of these on this shelf, so I'll pull those and we'll get back to it. Okay, I have one bad one so far for the custom order, and it looks like it hit something. It was in like a pile of yuck on the kiln shelf. Hopefully there are no more. Okay, so I've got enough in here for us to have 5 of these dishes that could be ruined. So one, that's one ruined one. Hopefully there's not too many more. So the glaze I'm reviewing this week is going to be Teal Drift, and you can see my test there, and you can also see that it definitely does not work with night underglaze. Okay, this is Cactus in Studio White and Nori Green over Speckled Turtle. And Nori Green almost kind of went just bluish in there. Interesting. Floating Blue, Dirty Snow. I'm seeing that these mushrooms, because they have more texture on the top, aren't sort of giving the smooth reaction that I'm used to seeing in my ring dishes normally. So I don't hate it. I like it better the way it is in the smooth ring dishes. All right, here is, this is Coyote's Amethyst over Studio White. Same here, little amethyst mushroom. Fruit of the Vine over Studio White. Fruit of the Vine, again over Studio White. Dirty Snow on that rim. This is Ivy. Shallot and Tangerine on the inside. Nori Green. Nori Green is by Spectrum, if you're not used to that glaze. All right, so this is going to be, I'm going to pull the Teal Drift, and we'll see how I do at naming the combos in this video. If you want to double check, there'll be a Teal Drift review video coming out this week, and that'll have more about it. So this cup has the Delft on the inside, Teal Drift Sandstone, and Coyote's Amethyst on the outside. I don't know if you can see it. Actually is really pretty though. So I would say that combo's a win. Teal Drift over Hanson Glaze clearly crawled. So that's a no combo. Don't do that. What are you? Okay, so this is Sandstone, and I believe it is, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Let me look at the other cup. Yeah, I don't know. One of these has Ocean Drift on it, maybe? No, Ocean Drift's on the other one. You'll have to watch the review video if you want to know about these. But the base is Sandstone, and there's 3 coats of Teal Drift and then something else. This is teal drift and ocean drift on brown bear clay. And yeah, I can see what people are saying. That's a very pretty glaze on the brown bear. And this is just teal drift on brown bear. Looking really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see that edge. It's sort of got an oil spot look to it. And that's just the glaze by itself, so really pretty. Ocean drift and honey flux, not ocean drift, sorry, teal drift and honey flux on speckled turtle. It's a mouthful. I believe this is teal drift with blue nebula. There's a few in here, they may be a little hard to tell. This I believe is my control, just 3 coats of teal drift. Teal drift over variegated dove. Teal drift looks nice over studio white. It's definitely not as bright of a glaze as I was thinking it was going to be, so that's interesting. I'm not gonna guess. It's teal drift with a little bit of something over top. Maybe shallot. And again, teal drift with a little bit of something over top. But it looks like it just sort of, everything comes out kind of muted on teal drift. So even though I was using a big variety of glazes, the results kind of look very uniform. And that's Coyote Amethyst over Studio White. And this is my last shelf. Again, mini custom order pieces. Few others. That rainbow mushroom's kind of cool. All right, I believe I did Dirty Snow over this. This is like Sarah Perrin did, only mine's not as pretty. I think I'm just too stingy with my glazes. It was over Studio White though too, so that probably has a bearing. Ruby Slipper, Jack-o'-lantern, Sun-Kissed, Leaping Lizard, Blue Yonder. This is the Blues, and this is Grapple. And they have some Studio White under and some snow over top. And here, mushroom, yeah, same combos, Ruby Slipper, Sun-Kissed, Jack-o'-lantern, Blue Yonder. I think this may have Candy Apple Red actually, Leaping Lizard. The rainbow of Mako stroking coats. Same. Oh, this is kind of nice. Okay. So this is a dip in Studio White, and then it's got floating blue over top, and it's got Dirty Snow on the inside. It looks really, the speckled turtle is doing something really nice to that combo. I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna have to wait till they're cooled down to be able to see more. I think the chattering does look nice. Ooh. So I love this glaze. This is a, not that it did anything great on this speckled turtle, but it is a mixed glaze, and it's a very easy to mix glaze. So I think I'm going to try to do a tutorial on that in the coming month. The glaze is Alberta Blue, and it's like 3 ingredients. It's super easy to make, and I find it to be a very works all the time rutile sort of blue. So, but you can see here on those manganese specks that it's not filling them in very well. Is it manganese specks and speckled turtle? Maybe. Whatever the dark bits are. The glaze doesn't love the dark bits. Although I say that, and on the inside, it looks fine. Maybe a thicker coat on the inside. At least that's good. I can sell the piece still if the inside's good. Speckled turtle with dove gray and floating blue at the top. Really not showing that floating blue. Oh, my daughter made this, and she's not gonna love that her her green trees turned kind of brown. It's like a little camping scene, little Maine camping cup. She says she's feeling the camping vibe. We're all ready for spring. Okay, this was Alberta blue and too thick, but very pretty. Fruit of the vine on this little vase. Tangerine on the inside. Oh, what happened? Oh, no, it's okay. And this is tangerine with honey flux. Floating blue and dirty snow over white. So these are the same combo. Really looking quite a bit better on the speckled turtle clay than B-Mix, and I'm not sure why. Since this is such a, I guess the iron must bring out the blues in that. But yeah, that's a lot more vibrant. Interesting. Ancient jasper on a mushroom. And I know I say interesting too much in these videos, but definitely my sort of plan with glazing is I'm trying to learn new things about each glaze that I'm working with so that I can get better and grow. So yeah, when I'm seeing a result that I didn't know or expect, I use that word too much. I know, I'm sorry. I'm working on my repetitive words. Shallot. This is the autumn purple dish from last time, and I used shipwreck to sort of fix those crawl spots we had. Huh. It's dove gray, but whatever I put on it just disappeared. You can see the traces of the pink on it. Weird. And this is a refire. The original was green tea over studio white, and it had an imperfection where it looked like a piece of organic matter or cat fur or something sort of burnt out of the clay surface. So this was able to, Shipwreck was able to sort of fill that in for me. So that was lucky. I didn't think I'd be saving that dish. Shipwreck over slate. Yes, I made whatever 65 of these, and I need to deliver 62, but I already had 4. So I have 3 with slight imperfections. See that spot on the rim there? This one has a tiny stress mark on the bottom, and that one needs to be ground. So I think I have enough for my custom order, so that's great. And if you're watching, yay! All right, here's what came out of my kiln. Lots of blue dishes. I think maybe my favorite piece is the teal drift over brown bear clay. I think that looks really cool. But yeah, I'm really intrigued by this speckled turtle clay body. It doesn't seem too rough, doesn't have too many imperfections so far. At least with the combos that I'm using on it, looks great. So win-win. I do like my pumpkin. Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate the views, and yeah, I'm excited to keep making stuff this spring, see what other new glazes we can uncover.